Hi friends of Afro, welcome back to this channel. If you're new, welcome. You simply hit the red subscribe button and you're in the family. Well, today's video is this hairstyle. From today onwards, we want to stop curling hair. We want that hair to look like it's part of us, more realistic, like as though it's coming from the scalp, growing from the scalp. This video is going to take us through the whole process: prep, sectioning, installing, cutting. So this video will not only help you to do this on others, but also on yourself, on your hair. This hairstyle definitely will be great for those with open face shapes, hard face shapes. Since you have a pronounced forehead, the fringe does the job. It just balances. And then long face shape, definitely, because of the fringe, it shortens your face, so it creates that balance to give the illusion that you have an oval face shape. Well, my face shape, I don't understand it. Over time, it has changed. I used to think I had a round face shape, and now I don't seem to. Does this hairstyle, these bangs, go with the round face shape? Definitely, because it gives that jagged bangs, wispy bangs, and that angle, which would flatter a round face shape, if you care anyway. So to get this hairstyle, I used passion twist hair, but used passion twist hair. So this is passion twist hair. I prefer I use passion twist hair because it gives me a more realistic finish, realistic look like this. It looks more like hair, like a twister, more of a natural vibe. You do your passion twist, and when you unravel your hair, your passion twist, you cleanse it, you clean it. This is how they look like after washing them. So make sure you do it, the washing gently, without losing the curl pattern, the look of the hair. I simply used warm water and shampoo, soak them for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then remove. So I didn't do much. Let them air dry, and that's it. So like you can see, there is black, and then there's also one that is highlighted. So I emphasized the black at the back and the sides, and then the highlighted one, I did it especially in the front. Yeah, so let's get started. Of course, we have to start with clean detangled hair, and then I go ahead and section my hair. So using the arc of my eyebrows, I make a U part, would I call it that way? The front, then secure it. Section just makes work simple. So you can see the U patterns up to mid crown, somehow coming towards the front, leaving us with the side and the back. So the sides, I just go to the back of my ear and 2-3 sections. The partings don't have to necessarily be neat because we are going to cover them anyway. And we are done, ready for the corners. So we are going to start with the back section, parting it into smaller sections. Yep, like I said before, they don't necessarily have to be neat. After all, you're going to cover it. I find flat twisting in that direction easier, but doing these cornrows, wow, it was a struggle, especially when I take quite some time. It's common here that we use these hair threads to do cornrows for weaving, crochets, or whatever. I would definitely use these if I was doing this hair on someone else. So let me put this on slow motion so that you can have a better picture of how I'm doing this. Not even slow motion, but about the normal speed that I cornrow. So if you're going to weave or do a crochet, you want to try as much as possible to cornrow your braids close to the scalp. You want to make them flat. You don't necessarily have to put a lot of tension that it makes you very uncomfortable, that you can't change your head, tilt your head. No. Making them flat will enable your weave or crochet hairstyle look more realistic, be firm, especially if you're going to do a cut, a tapered cut. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, they are not the best cornrows. It's just a struggle when I'm doing it on my hair. Well, we shall go with that. So now we are left with a middle area, not middle actually, the front and mid crown. We're going to just rotate round with our cornrows. grab your crochet pin, insert it under the braid, open the clutch, fix the hair, close the clutch, and then pull the hair and make a knot, so to say. So I'm going to continue like this throughout the back, the sides with these short pieces. I had to split and cut these extension braids into smaller pieces so that I wouldn't waste and also be enough actually. Okay, so I'm cutting this section according to the head shape. I don't know whether you get me. I'm cutting according to the shape of the head, my head shape. Exactly, I think 45-degree angle. So I'm going to continue that way around the whole head. So I proceed by crocheting the front area, going around to the crown. So when I reach here, I spread the hair evenly, basically the way I want it to look, and it makes it easy for me to cut. I make sure I don't pull the curls so much because they might become shorter than I thought, and I can't change that. I would rather do it progressively. In this way I can always go back and cut again to the length that I want. So I just pinch little pieces of the curl to blend in with the rest of the cut as I graded. An expert in cutting, say that the good thing with curly hair is it reacts as you cut so that you can't see what is exactly happening. And you know what? It's exactly the same case with this. So if you know the haircut you're going for, you have that picture right there in your head, in your brain, you know what you're going for. It helps a lot. It acts as a guide, a compass on how you're going to walk through with your scissor, and definitely you're more likely not to get lost. At this point, I realized I needed to add some little hair to fill up some spaces up there, in the middle, in front. And then, now this is very important, I let water run through my hair, warm water, so that it could lock it, so it doesn't poof at some point, becomes part of you, like as though it's your own hair. Then come back, do final touches by cutting loose hair, basically what doesn't make sense. So when you get up, this is what we have. So you just use your fingers to put it in shape. Usually what I do is I dip my fingers into water and then use it to put this right till I get the shape that I want. So after this you make it a dry spray and oil spray depending on how your hair feels, and just spray it so that it looks shiny, freshens the look. My favorite is olive spray. I don't know why I call it a dry spray. You know, it's not sticky. So this is the 5th day with this hairstyle and it's not going anywhere. Still looks great. Well, to me this looks more realistic, like real hair. At least it does not look like something placed on the head. Please don't throw those braids, twists, extensions that you've already done. Keep them. They could do something else like this. Generally, I would say this was a dry haircut on for A, for B, for C hair twist out probably. Well, let me know what you think about this hair and what you would have done better. Be sure to subscribe, like, stay tuned for our next video. Bye.